श्रीमते राधानाथ स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितमेन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च। श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं। श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसूते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ईश्वरा परम कृष्णा सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादिर गोविंदा सर्व कारण कारणम। हरे कृष्ण। By Lord Sri Krishna's causeless mercy, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita. So we are in the 8th chapter. We finished 25 slokas in the 8th chapter. So just 3 more slokas to finish. For those who are joining for the first time today, I welcome you all for this Bhagavad Gita class. And I'm going to cover slokas from different chapters so you won't miss anything. But this Bhagavad Gita itself, we need to know fully, completely. That is then only it will be very helpful for us. Sometimes people, they talk about Bhagavad Gita or give lectures and they will just quote maybe one sloka here and there and then fill in rest of the things with their own philosophy. That's not the right thing. So we need to study Bhagavad Gita as it is fully, completely, all the 700 slokas, all the 18 chapters. So we should take it like that way only. So that is the main thing. Especially sometimes people even they talk about Bhagavad Gita for hours without even mentioning the name of Krishna. If you take Krishna out of Bhagavad Gita, then we will not understand Bhagavad Gita. That's why Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying many times he tells to Arjuna that I'm teaching you because you are not envious of me. Why should we take Krishna out of Bhagavad Gita and talk about Bhagavad Gita? Because Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying that there is nothing else superior to me. Mattaga parataram na anyati kinchit asti dhananjaya. So there is nothing else superior to me and everything emanates from me. I am the source of everything. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattaga sarvam pravartate. This is the Supreme God who came to this material world, this earth, and he is giving us this knowledge. So if we need to understand that this is directly coming from the creator of this universe. This knowledge is directly coming from the creator of this universe. Mayadhyakshena prakriti suyate sa chara achara suyate sa chara achara hetunanena kaunteya jagat viparivartat. Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita that this whole world, this entire universe is working under my direct supervision. Mayadhyakshena prakriti. That's what Krishna is saying there. It's working under my direct supervision. So everything is happening. Krishna knows everything. Krishna, this entire world, this entire universe is pervaded by Krishna, by his unmanifested form. Jagadavyakta Murtina. Maya tatam idam sarvam Jagadavyakta Murtina. So that way, Krishna in Bhagavad Gita is teaching us, he is giving us the knowledge that he came to this earth, this material world. Of course, he is there everywhere. Of course, Krishna is there everywhere. Krishna is there in one's heart as Paramatma, as the super soul. Sometimes people ask me that, oh, if those who don't follow Bhagavad Gita, so those who don't follow Bhagavad Gita's religion, so what happens to them? Because Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita that I am the super soul seated in everyone's heart. Not only in human beings, all animals, all species, everything. Isvara sarvabhutana. Isvara sarvabhutanam hridadesh arjuna tishtati. Krishna is seated in everyone's heart. Isvara sarvabhutanam hridadesh arjuna tishtati. Brahmayan sarvabhutani yantrarudani maya. So we are using this body as a machine, yantra. So Krishna is there in everyone's heart as the super soul. So that way, Krishna knows everything, but the same Krishna, he himself came to this world, came to this earth in a human form. Manushim, avajananti mamudaga manushim tanum ashrita. Krishna came in the human form. So that is the form. Krishna is beautiful. Krishna, he appeared in this world, in this earth 5,000 years ago. And at that point of time, Krishna gave this knowledge, this Bhagavad Gita knowledge to Arjuna in the battlefield. Because when Arjuna was helpless, Arjuna was completely confused. He didn't know what to do. He was totally helpless. The same thing is for us also in this material world. We are also like Arjuna only. We are all like that. We see many people, even busy, they're so busy, and suddenly just heart attack, people die, and just this coronavirus, people die. There's so many ways in this material world. We will just depart, we will just leave. It is nothing is guaranteed, nothing is certain in this material world. We need to understand that this is a temporary place for us. We are staying, and we cannot take it for granted that this is a place for us to live forever. So that knowledge we are getting from Bhagavad Gita, and Krishna is teaching us in Bhagavad Gita that you come to me. You get out of this place and don't come back to this place again. Don't come back to this miserable place again. This is a miserable place, and you just come to me. If you come to me, then you can live happily forever. Then there is no more distress. We know for sure we are going to leave this world. We know for sure we are going to die. So having taken birth in this material world, death is sure. As sure as death. So jatasya dhruvo mrityugu. Dhruvo mrityugu. Mrityugu means death. Dhruvo means it is certain. So, but the problem is that we should not come back again to this material world. So we need to effectively make use of this human life, human body as a nice tool. And this life, this time, Krishna is saying that aham kalosmi. Aham kalosmi lokakshayat krit pravritto lokan samahartum iga pravrittara. So Krishna is the time. So we should effectively use the time. And this time is equally available for everyone. We cannot buy time. We cannot buy time. We cannot buy peace of mind. So the time is there for us. And it is equally available to everyone. Whether a person who is the richest person in this world or a person who is the poorest person in this world, everyone has got this same time here. And of course, we don't know how long we will live. That is not certain. But right now, Krishna's mercy, we are alive. Right now, we are able to think, we are able to move, we are able to walk, we are able to do a lot of things. And at this point of time, this is a very effective time in our life, valuable time in our life. We should completely use it, completely use this opportunity to understand about ourselves, and then use each and every moment to liberate ourselves from this material world. So that's what this material life, this life should be used only for that purpose, to free ourselves from the bondage. So that way, we should get the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita and understand very well that this material world is temporary, and we should be attached to spiritual world. We should be attached to Krishna's abode. We should try to go there. When people want to immigrate to countries which are rich countries, so they work very hard. They study, they work very hard and attend interviews and do a lot of things to go. Why? Because when you go immigrate to better places, so where you will get all the facilities easy, life is good, and you can make more money and you can live happily, all such reasons. So when we want to go to Krishna's world, we should prepare for that. We should effectively make use of this time. So we should prepare. And the interview question is already open question. When you go to the interview, only one question is asked. So it's very well open question, already known. Just simple question only. So that is, do you remember Krishna now? We say yes, then we will go to Krishna as well. That's it. That's it. So simple. Do you remember Krishna? So if you remember Krishna at the time of death, that's enough. Then we are not going to come back to this temporary miserable place and suffer and struggle in this material world. There is no need to go through another birth and again going through all these miserable conditions, life, all those things. Because having ourselves stuck inside this material body, now we are very much dependent on how our body is functioning. That's it. If something happens, if some gene mutates and something happens, then if our organs are not working very well, we are in trouble. And when we go out also, we are in trouble. We are in trouble everywhere. We are in trouble. We don't know. We really, there is no guarantee. There is no way we can climb, or we can say that we can achieve eternity in this material body. It is not possible. But now time is available for us. That is the main thing. So we need to study Bhagavad Gita fully, understand Bhagavad Gita fully. That is the first thing we need to do. And that is the thing we should be doing until the time of death also. So that means we should be constantly listening to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. He's singing. Krishna is singing in this Bhagavad Gita. It is Bhagavad Gita. Gita means song. And Krishna is singing so nicely in this Bhagavad Gita and giving us the knowledge. So we need to listen to Krishna. If we listen to Krishna, that's what we are doing. For all of us, we are very fortunate. We are very, very fortunate. Krishna's mercy. We are making use of this opportunity very well. So that way we are making good progress, great progress every day. Day by day, we are getting the knowledge. Because this knowledge is going to teach us about how to make our mind very peaceful. We need to keep our mind very, very peaceful, very happy. That is called yoga. So, our mind should be completely peaceful, not disturbed at all. So that's what Krishna is teaching in Bhagavad Gita. That is, yatha dipo nivatasto nengate sopama smrita yogino yata chittasya yunjato yogam atma. So our chitta, our thoughts should be very, very everything towards Krishna. So yatro paramate chittam niruddham yoga sevaya yatra chaivatmanatmanam pasyannatmani tusyati sukham matyantikam yattat buddhigrahyam atendriyam vetti yatra na chaivayam stitaga chalati tatvatah yam labdva cha param labam manyate na atikam tatah yasmin stitho na dukkhe na kurunapi vichalyate tam vidya dukkha samyoga vyogam yoga samjnitham. So that is the situation we need to get it. We need to elevate ourselves to that condition. That is our chittam, yatro paramate chittam niruddham yoga sevaya. So by performing devotional service unto Krishna, by focusing our thoughts, our mind and everything unto Krishna, so we should be able to find happiness within ourselves. That's what yatro paramate chittam niruddham yoga sevaya yatra chaivatmanatmanam pasyan atmani tushyati. We should be able to find happiness within ourselves, and that happiness, sukham matyantikam yattat buddhigrahyam. So by getting that ultimate happiness with our intelligence, so sukham matyantikam yattat buddhigrahyam atendriyam Vetti atrana chaivayam sthitaga chalatti tattvadaga atyendriyam. So having controlled our senses, so our mind should be very, very steady and very, very strong, very stable. So then yam labdva cha param labam manyate na atikam tataga. Having achieved this status, there is nothing else. There is no better gain. That's what we should think. There is nothing else more than that. There is nothing more than that, other than focusing our mind on Krishna, other than making our mind very stable, very steady, and enjoying. There is a real enjoyment, real happiness. So that's why yam labdvacha param labam manyate na adhikam tatam. Yasmin sito na dukkena kurunapi vichalyate. So if we keep ourselves in the same status without getting disturbed, even if we get distressed. So that's what yasmin sito na dukkena kurunapi vichalyate. Tam vidya dukkha samyoga vyogam yoga samjitam. So that's what is actually we have got achieved ourselves the status of yoga. So then we need to understand that if we get this yoga, so then we should actually be situated in that happiness, in that yoga status all the time. That's what Krishna is teaching in the 6th chapter, in the Dhyana Yoga. In the Dhyana Yoga, Krishna is teaching we need to achieve yoga status like that. That's what Krishna is saying there. So that is possible only by focusing our mind on Krishna. So then, sanischayena yoktavyo yogo anirvinna chetasa sankalpa prabhavan kaman tyaktva sarvana sesataga manassaivendriya gramam viniyamya samantataga. So we should be engaged like that. Sanischayena yoktavyo yogo anirvinna chetasa. That is the way we should perform the yoga all the time, continuously focusing our mind on Krishna, remembering Krishna, by doing everything for Krishna. That's why Sanischayena yoktavyo yogo anirvinna chetasa sankalpa prabhavan kaman tyaktva sarvana sesataga. By giving up all varieties of desires for sense gratification. Sankalpa prabhavan kaman tyaktva sarvan asesataga. By completely giving up. Manasaivendriya gramam viniyamya samantataga. So we should control our mind and senses. Manasaivendriya gramam, completely. All our mind and senses, everything should be completely under our control. So that is the way we need to achieve yoga. Sanaigi uparame buddhyadriti grihitaya atma samstam manakritva nakinchi tapi chintaye. So if we do this slowly, then atma samstam manakritva, our mind should be under the control of ourself. Atma samstam manakritva nakinchit api chintaye. Don't think about anything else. Nakinchit api chintaye. So that's what Krishna is saying, that don't think about anything else. So that is the way to get the happiness in our life. So that is the way to get the peace of mind. So yato nischalati manaschanchalamastiram tatastato niyamyaitat atmanyeva vasamnayet. So when we try to control our mind, try to keep our mind under the control of ourself, and the mind is going to go here and there, and wherever the mind goes, and bring it back and keep it under the control of ourselves. So that is possible only by getting this full knowledge of Bhagavad Gita and just following all the instructions given by Krishna, word to word. Just understand fully, completely, and follow each and every step, each and every sloka, what Krishna is teaching in this Bhagavad Gita, and just follow. So then it is possible for us to completely forget about this material world. We will be able to go to Krishna's will. So that's why Yunjanyevam sadatmanam yogi vigata kalmasaha sukhena brahma samsparsam atyantam sukhamasnute. So if you are doing like that, Yunjanyevam sadatmanam yogi vigata kalmasaha, if you are freed from all sins, so sukhena brahma samsparsam atyantam sukham asnude, then there is brahma samsparsam. We'll be able to feel Krishna's world. This is what Brahma Samsparsam. We'll be able to feel that we are not the body, we are the soul, and we'll be able to elevate ourselves to the Brahma Bhuta. So that's why Sukena Brahma Samsparsam Atyantam Sukam Asnuthe. So that's what Krishna is teaching, that we need to elevate ourselves like that. So that is this life. In the beginning, I was telling that this life is a very, very temporary. This material world is miserable, and this human body is excellent opportunity for us to effectively use and achieve that status of not getting disturbed by anything in this material world. Focus all the time on this Krishna only, based on the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. That's what Krishna is teaching in Bhagavad Gita. So if you don't get this knowledge and simply take one sloka here and one sloka there, and Krishna is so do your duty, don't expect results. That's what Bhagavad Gita. It's not like that. Krishna is in that sloka itself. Krishna is saying that do your duty. Krishna didn't say that do your duty. Krishna has said that you have a right to perform your duty, but you don't have the right for your results, right over the results. That's what Krishna is saying there. You have a right to perform your duty, but you don't have the right over the results. That's why karmanyeva adhikaraste ma palesu kadasana, but you don't have the right over the results. Ma palesu kadasana. Ma karma palaheturbur mate sango swakarma. So, don't consider yourself be the cause of the results of your activities, and never be attached to not doing your duty. So with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, if we do all these things, then we will be able to achieve their status. Then we will be able to surrender ourselves unto Krishna out of love, pure, unconditional, unalloyed love. We will be able to submit ourselves. We will be able to spend all our time, all our life, everything, efforts and everything for the satisfaction of Krishna. Then we will be able to pass that interview at the time of death. So then we will become ourselves eligible to go to Krishna's well. So we will be admitted in Krishna's well. So that is the permanent life there. So like a permanent residence means it's a permanent life in Krishna's well. Afterwards, we are never ever going to come back to this material world at all. Yam gatva nanivartante taddama paramam mamam. Abrahma bhuvana loka punaravartinu arjuna mamupetite kaunteya punarjanma navidyati. So if you come to me, even if you go to Brahma Loka, you need to come back. But if you come to me, then you are not going to come back to this material world. That's why Anityam Asukkam Lokam Mimam Prapya Bhajasvamam. Having come to this temporary miserable world, you worship me. That's what Krishna is saying. Anityam Asukkam Lokam Mimam Prapya Bhajasvamam. This is Anityam. This is temporary. This is Asukkam Lokam. This is miserable. So Anityam Asukkam Lokam Imam Prapya. Having achieved this temporary miserable world, you worship me. That's what Krishna is saying there. Imam prapya bhajasvamam. So if you get the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita fully, and we understand that this is not the place for us to live forever. And we cannot live in this place forever. And we are going to struggle. We are going to suffer. So if we again come back to this place, again come back to this earth, then again we are going to go through the same circus. Again birth, old age, disease and death. So that's why Krishna is teaching in this Bhagavad Gita. You come to me. So in the 8th chapter we are studying about Krishna is the title of the 8th chapter itself, attaining the supreme. So how to attain the supreme personality of God. So Krishna is teaching us that a lot of things. We studied that if you remember me at the time of death, you will come to me. And therefore you remember me all the time. So if you remember me at the time of death, Antakalecha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram yaprayati sa matbhavam yati nasti atra samseka. So if you remember me at the time of death, you will come to me. There is no doubt about it. So that's why tasmat sarvesu kalesu ma manusmaradidyacha. That's why you remember me all the time. If you do that, ananya chaitaga satatam yomam smarati nityasagam. If you remember me all the time without any deviation, then tasyagam sulabha partha. Then you can achieve me very easily. Sulabha partha. So now we are studying. Krishna is teaching that yatra kale tvanavrittam avrittam chaiva yoginagam. Prayatayati tam kalam vakshyami bharatarsava. So I will explain to you. I shall explain to you the timings at which the yogis when they die, they will come to me, or they will come back here. So Krishna is talking about the yogis. So that is Agnigi, Jodigi, Akaga Suklaga, Sanmasa Uttarayanam, Tatra Prayata Gachanti, Brahma Vido Janaka. So those yogis who live when there is light, when there is fire, when there is the waxing part of the moon, so Sukla. So during that time, and also there is Uttarayanam, the 6 months when the sun travels in the northern side. So they will come to me. they will achieve the Brahman. But those who Dhumoratri Gitata Krishnaga Sanmasa Dakshinayanam Tatra Chandramasam Jyotihi Yogi Prapya Nivartate. But the yogi, when there is smoke, then when it is night, when it's waning part of the moon, there is Krishna. So then when the sun travels in the southern side, so they will reach the moon and again come back to this material world. That's what Krishna is telling. Now the sloka what we are studying in the sloka number 26 in the 8th chapter, Krishna is teaching us that Sukla Krishne Gati Hete Jagataka Saswate Mate Ekayayati Anavrutam Anyaya Vartate Punaha. So there are Sukla Krishne Gati Hete Jagattaga. Jagattaga means from this well, from this Jagat, from this material well, when we live, when we depart from this material well, depending upon whether it is Sukla Krishna, whether it is waxing part of the moon or waning part of the moon, whether that means whether it's a day or night. So Sukla Krishna Gati Hete. So there is Gati means there is one Gati, one destination is that Ekaya Yati Anavritam. One thing, if you reach there, you will not come back here. Ekaya Yati Anavritam Anyaya Vartate Punaga. Anyaya means the other Gati, the other destination. When you reach there, you will again come back here. And this is for yogis only. We are discussing, we are studying all these things only for yogis. This is not for any other normal beings here. These things are not applicable to them. But being a yogi, that means studying this Bhagavad Gita and doing everything for Krishna and loving Krishna. So that way focusing our mind on Krishna and submitting ourselves unto Krishna and dedicating our lives unto Krishna. So fully Krishna consciousness. So then we will become yogi. That is what is called yogi. So then we don't have to worry about at what time we are going to die. Krishna is going to make sure we will die at the right time, and Krishna will take us to his abode. So Krishna is waiting. And Krishna wants us to leave from this place, and Krishna wants us to go back. Krishna wants us to go to Krishna's abode. So he is ready to take us. So we should be now making use of this opportunity very well. So by Krishna's mercy, successfully we finished this sloka number 26 in the 8th chapter today. Hare Krishna. I will stop now and we'll discuss if any questions are there. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Guruji, for giving so much value and context and coming to today's sloka. Hare Krishna, everyone. Moving on to the questions. First question we have from Dr. Harish Damodaran. He has asked, Gita asks for the control of ourselves, but I don't feel Lord Krishna did show an example in this world. He did not live a life of self-control. Why is that, Guruji?
Hare Krishna. Krishna in Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna is saying that Krishna has got all vairagya, all determination. So Krishna, of course, he took avatar as Lord Rama actually. Krishna only came as Rama. Ramaga Sastra Brata Aham. That's what Krishna is saying, that I am Lord Rama. So when Krishna here came, so Krishna is Vishnu, Adityanam Aham Vishnu, and Krishna is Shiva, Rudranam Sankarachasmi, and Krishna is Brahma, Dataham Visvato Mukam. So Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. So he has given us this knowledge, and we cannot limit Krishna's capabilities. And Krishna, whatever he does, it is right only. Because everything is created by him. Everything is emanate, everything coming from me only. That's what Krishna is saying. So that way, Krishna is not under any laws or anything. Krishna, nothing is going to bind Krishna. And Krishna is above the three modes of material nature. Echaiva satvika bhavaga rajasa tamasasye mattayeva iti tan vidhi natvagam tesu temai. So this sattva-guna, rajoguna and tamo-gunas, they are coming from me. And they are in me. I am not in them. Natvagam tesu. I am not in them. Temayi. They are in me. So Devigi Esa Gunamayi Mamamaya Duratya. These modes of nature are divine. So that way, when we think about Krishna like ourself, Krishna like a human, then only we are asking this question itself. This question itself comes that we expect Krishna also to behave like us. For us, it is very much needed because we are under the control of the three modes of material nature and we are disturbed and we need to work. Without working, we cannot even maintain our body. If we just sit idle all the time, we will die very soon. Our body also, for very good flow of oxygen, energy, everything, we need to be very active. That's why doctors say that you go for a walk and do all those things. So that way, Krishna need not do all these things. There is no work for him. Name partasi kartavyam trishu lokesu kinchana. Nanamaptamam avaptavyam vartayevacha karmani. There is no work for me in all these three words. Nor I have to obtain anything by working anything. So Krishna need not work and Krishna need not obtain anything by working. Still, he is so much merciful upon us. Out of his causeless mercy, he came to this world. There is nothing binding him and nothing forcing him to first of all come and take this birth in this material world and do all these things. And Krishna was riding Arjuna's chariot. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna did that. There is nothing binding him, nothing binding him to do all these things. So, but still he is doing all these things. There is no Krishna, there is nothing binding him to give us this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, first of all. But Krishna doesn't want us to struggle and suffer. Krishna wants us to save. So Krishna wants to save us. So that's why Krishna is giving this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita and Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita repeatedly, get out of this place, come to my place and live there happily forever. That's what Krishna is saying. So for us, if we do like that, if we control our senses, if we control our mind, if we focus everything on Krishna, if we forget about this material world, if we give up all attachments to everything in this material world, then only we can go to Krishna as well. Otherwise, we'll keep coming back to this material world. But Krishna is not like that. So he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He came here to deliver us. So Krishna loves every one of us. So that way we cannot limit Krishna's capabilities. Whatever Krishna does, we cannot even think that we cannot think it in our terms, like a human, like somebody who is doing like that. We cannot even think like that. That itself is wrong. So that all these things this understanding will come when we get the complete knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Guruji. We don't have any questions in the chat. I'm just moving on to unmute new participants so that they can talk to Guruji. I see Venkata Nagarjun has raised the hand. I'm unmuting Venkata Nagarjun. You can unmute and talk with Guruji.
Good morning, sir.
Hare Krishna. Good morning. Hare Krishna.
Good morning, sir. Namaste, sir. Na peru Nagarjuna, sir.
Hare Krishna.
Venkat Nagarjuna, sir.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So yeah, you understood everything.
Sir, I am from.
Yeah.
Previously, I listened your videos in YouTube, sir.
Okay. Hare Krishna.
First time I live chat with you, sir. Now only.
Very nice.
Before 10 minutes onwards.
Okay. Hare Krishna.
Me from Andhra Pradesh, sir.
Which place in Andhra Pradesh, Babu?